Hi everyone, welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. Today we will be continuing our folio. We are going to work on the inside, so that means we're going to make our side pocket, our middle flap with the inside pocket and the two hinges. So, the first thing that we need to do is we need to make our hinges. So, I'm going to grab my cover. I have this on the side and my flap with the magnets. And I'm going to take two pieces of white cardstock and put them on the spines so that the back is covered. You don't have to do this if you don't want, but I'm going to because I don't want to see too much black. Okay, so now that the spines are covered on the inside, we are going to work on the hinges. You need one 5x7 and one 6.5 by 7. With the 5x7, you're going to make one hinge piece, and the 6.5 by 7 is going to be two hinges. You're going to have 3 pages in this folio. So, on your 5x7 piece, you're going to put the 5 at the top, and you're going to score at 1 inch, 2, 2.5, 3, and 4. Now get your 6.5 piece of paper, put it at the top, and score at 1 1/4, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5 1/4. So once that is done, on your 6.5 inch piece, you're going to fold your piece so that it looks like this. So valley, valley, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, valley, valley. You get 2 hinges on that one. And then your 5 inch, you are going to do valley, valley, mountain, valley, valley. And it's going to look like this. So now, the easiest way I found to put your mounds together is flip it to the back side, put some score tape on one side. And whenever I use score tape, I always use like using glue. It just makes sure that it's permanently stuck together. So then you kind of fold the two sides and then carefully fold the mountain part, your hinge, and kind of fussy it around so that the two folds are lined together. And you may have to push it around a little bit with your fingers, but that's okay. Once you do that, just take your bone folder or scraper tool or whatever you have and burnish it really good, and then you have a flush hinge. I'm going to do the same thing with this, and then I will be right back to show you the next step. Okay, so now that we have our two hinges made and I put score tape on the back, we are going to stick them into our cover. So if we look at our folio, you'll see that the left side has 2 pages and the right side has 1. Now you can flip it and do it so that the right side has 2 and the left side has 1, but I'm going to stick to doing it the way I made it originally. So I'm going to start with this side, and then I'm just going to take my 2 hinges and take the score tape off. And just put a little bit of glue on the back. Now what you're going to do is line up your 2 score marks on the sides and kind of do your best to line it up in the center. And I am going to take a ruler really quick, make sure I'm even, yeah, I'm pretty good. And then just stick it down. Now since I have this on the back, I'm actually going to carefully lay it on the hinges, making sure that the hinges are folded over, and just use my hand to push the paper down, just so that I know that it's as smooth as I can get it. And then I'm going to do this side. So, take the backing off. And I have a little bit of score tape peeking out from behind. I'm just going to take my finger and push it to the back. That way there's none poking out. And a little bit of glue here. Sorry if you hear dogs in the background. My dogs are roaming around and exploring. And then just line up on the score marks. And again, check to make sure that I'm centered and I'm pretty good. So I'm just gonna stick it right down, just like that. And now I have 2 hinges. So now we're going to put that aside. And we are going to work on the middle flap, which is in the middle. So you are going to need sorry, I have to look at the paper really quick. 1 by 7/7/8 inch paper, and you are going to score that at 1/2 and 5/8 on both sides. So then you'll have 2 little tabs at the side and 2 1/8 inch gussets. And then you need 1 4 3/4 by 6.5, and on the 4 3/4 side you're going to score at 1/2 and 3/4, and then you need a 6.5 by 12, and on the 12-inch side you're going to score at, let me flip this around really quick to give you the right numbers. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3/4, and then you're going to flip it around and score it at 4.5. So, looking at the folio, we have our flap at the bottom, which is the 4 3/4 by 6.5 inch piece, and then we have our top flap, which is our little body band, which is 1 by 7/7/8 on top of the 6.5 by 12 inch piece. And I cut a little semicircle in the top, but today I'm going to use a little envelope notch punch. So, let me show you how to do that. Take your 4 3/4 by 6.5, and you're going to fold on both score marks, making sure that you're going the same direction. And just burnish those really quick. And I'm actually going to punch these 2 top corners really So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and just on the 1/2 inch tab I'm going to put glue on, making sure that the fold is going like this, kind of making a J or L. Get a little bit of glue on, you could just wipe it off with your finger. Now, grab your cover, and we are going to line it up with the bottom of the center part, the center side. And I like just kind of folding it down so that the gusset is laying flat, so I can stick it down, and it should work pretty well. It's gonna stick up, so it's gonna be like that. So then I'm gonna take that out, and we're going to work on the top one. So the 1/2 inch and the 3/4, we're going to fold out like this. And then the 4-inch part, you are going to fold up like this. So you'll have a pocket right here, and then your gusset is going on the other side of the pocket. So to make it a little easier, I'm actually going to I'm going to punch a notch here, cover my pocket, cover my inside, cover the back, cover my flap, and I'm also going to cover my belly band. And then I will be back to show you how to put it all together onto the cover, the top flap, and your belly band. So now that the flap and the belly band are covered, I'm going to carefully fold on my 2 score lines I made on my belly band. So what you're going to do is glue your 2 pocket sides close to the edge, and just stick it down to the back of the flap, just like this. And if you get any glue seeping out, just kind of wipe it off. There, now you have a pocket. Now, take your belly band and fold it around like this so that your tabs are on the back. And I made a boo-boo. So I'm just going to carefully peel back my paper. And I'm going to measure 1 inch from the bottom of my flap. And that's where I'm going to glue the bottom of my tab. So just put a little bit of glue on just the tab, not the gusset. And then find where 1 inch is and just fold it right on the 1 inch mark. And put a little bit of glue in that corner. No one will even notice. So, on the other side, this one is going to be a little bit more tricky because you have the 2 gussets that you're fighting with. So what I do is put a little bit of glue on my tab and find where my 1 inch is, and then kind of just push the belly band to my tab score mark and kind of just push on the tab. Just gonna check again to make sure I got my 1 inch measurement, and then just kind of push along that 1/2 inch score mark that I made, and then put a little bit of glue so that no one knows. Stick it back down so that no mistakes are seen, and then once you flip it around, you have your 1 inch gusset, or your belly band gusset with your 1 inch up from the bottom. And then we're going to do the exact same thing we did with our bottom flap. Put a little bit of glue on this, just the 1/2 inch tab. I'm going to flip it around so that the top side is facing me, and then just center it on the top of the chipboard, just like so. And there. If you actually let it dry and not do what I just did, you will have flaps with a belly band closure and a pocket at the top. So now, next thing is we are going to put on the top tab here. So I'm just quickly I rounded the corners. This is a 1.5 by 5.5, and you are going to score at 1 inch and 1.5. So just fold along your 2 score lines here. And with my other folio, I put it to the side a little bit, but with this one, I think I'm going to put it in the center. So a little bit of glue just on the 1 inch tab at the top. Again, fold it over. And then I'm going to find the center and do my best to center it. There. Yep. Okay. So now you have an old tab at the top. So before we put in our pockets, we need to cover the inside with the lining pieces. So I'm going to do that, and then I will come back, and with the front flap, you're going to do the exact same thing as you did when you cut your chipboard out. You're going to cut 2 inches from the 2 corners to match it. So I'll cover the inside, and then I will be right back to show you how to put the pockets in. So, as you can see, I have covered the inside with my pattern paper, and now it's time to do the 2 pockets. For the middle pocket, you will need one 9 by 12 and 1 4 by 6. On the 4 by 6, you are going to score on the 4-inch side, you're going to score at 2 3/4, or I'm sorry, 1/2 3/4, and on the 9 by 12, with the 12 at the top, you're going to score at 7 and 7 1/4, and then flip it around so the 9 is at the top. You're going to score at 1/2, 1 and 1 1/2 on both sides. So flip it around, score at 1/2, 1 and 1 1/2. Now fold all your score marks on both pieces. grab your pocket page, your 9x12, and a pair of scissors, and on the shorter side, you are going to trim on the inside score mark up to the second middle score mark, and then you're going to make a very slight cut down. So it's going to look like this. Again, cut along the score line, the innermost score line, to the second score mark, and then cut a very minor score or cut mark. So it looks like this. And then at the top, you're going to cut a very minor angle out to the inner score marks. Now you are going to fold your tabs in just like this, and then you're going to fold on the middle score mark. You're going to fold them out, and then the last one you're going to fold it back in, so it makes a Z fold. Again, you're going to fold your tab in all the way, then fold your inner score mark out, and then your last score mark is going in. And then when you fold the back up, it's going to look like this. You're going to have a back piece here, and then you're going to have your two flaps, side flaps, your gussets, holding the back piece to the pocket. Take some glue, put a little bit of glue on the back piece, the piece without the tabs, just the sides going all the way up, so it looks like this. And then you are going to carefully bring it up and stick it to the Z folds, making sure that the bottom is lined up against the Z fold so that you have a nice flat bottom. Then you'll have a little gusset at the bottom, and you will have accordion Z fold gussets on the sides. Now you're going to grab your cover, and right where your two flaps are, you are going to put glue on the remaining parts of the exposed side tabs here, and then all over the back. Just like that. And then you are going to line your pocket up slightly above the gusset of your bottom tab. I like to put about the same width of space around the sides and the bottom. And then I'm just going to take a ruler and being careful not to get your ruler underneath the back part of your pocket. You're going to run it along the inside of your pocket so that it sticks. You don't want to accidentally put it underneath and then you're basically peeling up your pocket that you just stuck down. And then you have a pocket that looks like this. Now before I stick my top flap, I'm going to notch or corner punch my two corners, and I'm going to flip my folio cover around so that the top is towards me. Put a little bit of glue on just the 1/2 inch tab, just like this. And you are going to carefully line up the flap to your pocket so that it covers your whole pocket. And again, I'm making sure that I have slight amount of my backing paper peeking out so that there's about an even measurement around the whole thing. So then you have a nice large pocket in the back. Now onto the side pockets. For your side pocket, you are going to need one 9 by 10 1/4 piece of paper. On the on the 10-inch side, you're going to score at 3 3/4 and 4 1/4. And then flip it around so that the 9 inches at the top. And then you're going to, again, just like the other pocket, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1 1/2 inch on both sides. So again, on the 9-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1 1/2 inches. So we're going to fold along all the score marks. And then on the shorter side, again, take your scissors, innermost score mark to the second middle score mark, and then slight angle above the second score mark to the inside. And then on the tops, you're just going to trim at a slight angle to the inside inside score mark. And that is just so that on the bottom it'll fit better, and then at the top you won't see the tabs above the top of your pocket. So taking your tabs, going to fold the full tab to the inside, middle score mark, fold to the outside, and then fold the last one to the inside. So inside, outside, and inside. Now, with my original folio, oh, it is center. Okay, well, you can do this however you want. So I did about, I'd say, a 1.5 inch angled cut from the top to the side. You can do that if you want. Again, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So put a little bit of glue on the sides of your back, and then carefully stand it up, and then glue it to your sides. And we just have the pocket with this one. We have the pocket and the tab. So we just need to worry about the pocket this time. Put a little bit of glue all over the back and the remaining parts of the tab. And then kind of center it at the bottom, and again I am leaving a tiny bit around all the edges. And then grab your ruler and carefully stick it down, making sure that you are not running your ruler to on the inside of your, or the back of your pocket. To stick this down, you can either do a Velcro piece on here, or what I'm going to do today is a magnet. So let me grab my magnets really quick. This is going to be the exact same method as with the outer flaps. I'm going to grab just one this time, since it's just one tiny little tab here. I have my magnet on my score tape, and I'm going, well, let me move it down just a tad bit here. I'm going to put it close to the bottom. Or, yeah, close to here. And I'm doing it on the back side. And then I'm going to grab another piece of score tape and another magnet. Check to see which way my magnet goes. And then I'm going to stick the magnet onto the score tape with the score tape the sticky side of the score tape facing you. And then I'm actually going to rotate it so that the top is flush with my table to make sure that my tab is going to go where I want on my pocket. And then I'm going to carefully stick down the score tape. And there you go. Now you have either a magnet or, if I bring in the other folio one more time, piece of Velcro. And this one is just the same as this, but instead of using score tape, I actually used a little bit of glue to make sure that it stuck down. And there you go. The inside of the folio is now complete. Next time you'll be working on our pages. Bye everyone. See you next time.